What's going on, people? We'll have YouTube. Have Danny Fight Fan TV, myself, Mr. Fight Fan TV. What's going on, Danny? Obviously, we just witnessed Ryan Garcia coming out party like you did say. Speaking to you on the phone, you did tell he's going to do it. Obviously, I was back in the hometown favourite in Luke Campbell, but you did say earlier you thought Ryan Garcia was going to get the victory.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. How did you see
Well, you back to hometown boy, and that was nearly the right thing to do because
it?
was, obviously I gave Ryan Garcia the first round, but then that big overhand straight left that come out of nowhere
Yeah.
down the pipe put Ryan Garcia over, and that weren't no flash knockdown because you saw he went his arm behind his back. You've seen them knock out
Mm-hmm.
people get knocked out bad like that.
It
Luckily,
could
he got up on sturdy legs,
have.
or he and fortunate for him as well, Luke Campbell's not really a come forward finisher like that, so he
Hmm.
more was trying to take time. Um, so Ryan Garcia had to kind of fight his way back into the fight, stay on the front foot, be the aggressor, still keep that confidence about him,
Mm.
and then come the seventh round, was it?
Yeah,
He,
yeah, that's a little body shot. I was surprised. I
he
was
didn't,
surprised.
he didn't because what he did, he kind of faked it because when he does that kind of swingy hook thing where it's like one proper winging hook, but he normally throws it to the head. But so Luke Campbell, if you see, he put his hand up and the whole rib cage was exposed. So that's why when you saw the replay, you saw the whole ripple and shudder
Mm.
through the back and
Mm.
torso. So when that landed, once it landed, actually, I said he's going down because that hurt. I knew it when I was watching it live. I see that hurt. He's going down, and he just then second or two later he took the knee because it was delayed reaction. That was a very big body shot, and that took it out of him.
Yeah, is that reminiscent of his stablemate Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, that was one of those type of because you saw the way he kind of arched his head as he threw it. You know that whole it's that whole Eddie Reynoso style hook where it's the one where when you use that big black round thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they throw that
the hook,
yeah,
the pads, and he moves it. They move it like
yeah,
that, and
that big pad thing. That's the one that Golovkin made famous.
yeah, yeah, I know
He kind of
exactly
made
what
it
you're
famous.
I
Yeah,
know
so
exactly what
yeah,
you're talking
he's
about.
obviously been practicing that hook on that. He's definitely been practicing. And I saw a video earlier of Canelo teaching Ryan Garcia on this bag how to throw that body shot. But he was saying to throw that big body shot and then come over with the overhand. But that wasn't the overhand weren't really needed.
Um, we got a Sean had a knee in there. He's saying Luke should have jumped on him after the knockdown. That's what I thought as well. But you could always say that, but I thought he should have pressured a bit more. In my personal,
In hindsight, you can say that, but that's not for one. That's not Luke's nature ever,
nature, yeah.
and two, see that what's his name, Ryan Garcia's legs weren't wobbly, so I don't think it would have been the smartest of ideas to try and jump on him like so just yet so crazy. It wouldn't have been the smartest of ideas to have done that.
But is it fair? Like, obviously, you can put pressure on without going crazy as well, don't you think? Or no one's saying going
Yeah,
gung ho.
you can do that, but the way Luke's fights, he's very GB'd.
Mm,
Um, he's his way of trying to step on the gas is not going to get someone like Ryan Garcia out of there. But Ryan Garcia, he did show some vulnerabilities and faults. One, I would say, I noticed that he doesn't bend his knees. His legs are very straight and narrow the way he stands.
mm.
So equal of an American, let alone Mexican type fighter. His legs are very straight, very upright, almost European style, but he gets away with it because he's got the fast hands.
Yeah, because that's what they were saying in commentary. Because of his fast hands, he does a lot of stuff which he gets away with, like no head movement, and like you're saying, his very straight legs and
Yeah, because
flat
they were
flat
saying he's
feet.
flat-footed. Yeah, they were saying he's flat-footed. He is flat-footed, but it's because his legs are so straight he can't get no bounce. You can't be bouncing on straight. Like you need to have some kind of bend to your knees, man. And he don't. Yeah, that's why it's the straight knees. But it was a good coming out party. You know, Oscar De La Hoya is obviously going to be happy. That's like his second coming of himself, the new golden boy. The old Prince Nassim Hamid style entrance when Nassim fought Daniel Alisea back in 1996
What coming out as
on the
King.
phone with people. Yeah,
Yeah, reminiscent of Tyson Fury as well.
yeah. Tyson Fury used it last year, but the originator was Prince Nassim Hamid in '96 against Daniel Alisea, and then Floyd Mayweather used it against Arturo Gatti,
Mm,
and then yeah, Fury used it last year, and then Ryan Garcia. So it seems four men have used it, and they've all come out with inside the distance.
so a bit of a lucky charm, yeah.
Yeah.
This one second, so but
So what did you? So what did you think about the fight?
well, you know, when I watched it, when I was watching it from the first round, I said, "Oh, this Luke is gonna time him," because I could see already he was getting he's letting his hands go, but he was getting very excited, and I could tell from early Luke was gonna time him. I didn't know if Luke was gonna win, but I said it, and in the second round, behold, he got dropped. Um, when he got dropped, it wasn't like he said a flash knockdown. He come back. He showed like he's got a bit of minerals there, and then he showed that part of his game because everyone said he's the YouTube boxer and this that and he's not the real deal and they
Yeah,
call him an Instagram boxer or whatnot because he chills a lot with the Logan's Paul and the his brother as well, Logan and also having Jake. Sorry, so you know, other than that, I was a bit disappointed in Luke getting stopped by that body shot, to be honest. But it's the game, it happens. And I don't know if we're going to see Luke win a world title now, unless he moves up. I think unless he moves up, but I don't know. He's had a fair crack of the whip, as they say. Um,
mm.
Losing to Linares, Lomachenko, and now he's lost to Ryan Garcia, and it's like now.
Not the Mendy as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to. 'Cause he got that back, so that's why I didn't mention it.
Okay.
He did get the W back on that one, so I didn't really mention that. And you did say there's a lot of things going on in his personal life why he did lose that first fight, whatnot. But that being said, like I was a bit disappointed the way he went out, and I don't know if we're gonna see him come back at the world title stage now. I don't know. Like, what do you think? You think he's gonna have can get another tilt at the world title, or?
Not at lightweight because no, you can't put him in the Tank because you know what Tank's going to do to him. He ain't. Yeah, his best bet if he's going to try and go for one more go is go up to light welter. He's tall enough and big enough, so he's got to deal with the likes of Pro Gray, Josh Taylor, or Ramirez. But the main guy with the money fight would be Josh Taylor because it's both British guys.
Mm,
But going on performance, I see Josh Taylor beating him. But that's his best bet, really. His lightweight days are done. He ain't
yeah,
gonna beat it. He ain't gonna win a world title at lightweight.
he's been campaigning at lightweight for all of his career, right? Am I mistaken to say
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'd think it's time for him to move up, man. We've got Base the kid in the house. How you doing, sir?
Big up base.
Um,
You got
but
what's your review and take on the fight and any questions, guys, in the
yeah,
house?
drop it. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. Obviously, Devin Haney's in the house as well.
Mm,
And I believe the person who won that fight was the mandatory for Devin Haney. Am I wrong?
yes, yeah, yeah, because that was the interim, so yeah, it's mandatory, yeah.
Um, how do you see
But
that?
well, I don't know. Well, going by the form, Devin Haney has the more wins going into it's like 6-1 in amateur fights. But as we saw, it didn't really seem like Ryan seemed more interested in the Javante Davis fight. He even got the crowd to sort of vote whilst chanting. and they seem to want the Tanks. They're screaming, "We want Tank." Oscar De La that will build up very well because for one, it's Oscar De La Hoya protege versus the Floyd protege. Can the blueprint finally be cracked? You know
That
what I'm saying? So
I heard De La Hoya and Floyd are gonna fight each other. Someone told me that today. I don't know. Is that
what's up? Some kind of exhibition.
yeah, boy, it's a 10 rounder. I don't think De La Hoya wants an exhibition.
Oh, he wants a real one. Oh,
Yeah. Apparently wants a real one because he's still screaming he got robbed and this not on what. But yeah, but let's stay on
okay.
topic though. So yeah, so Tank versus Ryan Garcia. How do you see that going then?
I see Tank knocking him out.
You see Tank
Yeah,
knocking him out?
Ryan. Yeah, Ryan ain't ready for that yet. His adrenaline's pumping. He's hyped up in his ear, but he ain't ready for that. He's had one, and I'm seeing these commentators on the commentary on all these stations lately are just absolutely terrible. I'm like, where are they finding these commentators on every channel lately? Because the commentary was like diabolical. It was like, oh, he's now what's it? He's now the shot caller in the division. I'm like, shot caller. You got one good win. You ain't even a world champion. What makes you a shot caller?
The only reason I reckon they're saying that because in terms of popularity and so this well getting people or pay-per-views and rare tear, you'd probably have to say he's probably got a big fan base. 'Cause I checked, he's got like 3.5 or 4 million Instagram followers and rare tear, so they're probably taking all this into their account. Plus, he fights on the zone as well, so you know how these guys have a financial interest in him, and like they've been told to say certain things beforehand and whatnot. So it's just you could just tell it goes hand in hand and them trying to build him up. So I reckon that's all that was anyway.
Yeah, he's got a lot of followers, but a lot of them are children. So I don't think that they're
Yeah, but
seven.
nowadays
seven
children can get parents. They take their parents' cards out the wallets nowadays. They do everything. These kids nowadays they're advanced. They're advanced
yeah,
more.
don't,
It's not back in our day. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even try something like that.
don't get me started on kids taking parents' wallets to buy a PlayStation. Oh my god, it's crazy! It's crazy! It's
Let's
crazy!
read some of these comments. As Sean saying, was quite surprised he's calling that Tank. Tank's power is fake. However, it's not proven at this weight.
What?
No, but I hear what he's saying because at 135, he's knocked out. What's his name?
Gamboa.
Gamboa. Gamboa. A small 135. A small 135. And then he's knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. Another small 135. So what?
No, but all right. Leo Santa Cruz is a blown up super feather,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But Gamboa, he's campaigned at 135 for a bit. He fought Terence Crawford at 135, and everyone gave him that. Devin Haney couldn't drop him, and Devin Haney's a 135 guy,
Yeah, that's true.
you know.
That's true.
And I don't think I can't see a 135er who could be there to be taking them big power shots from Tank. Well, we can see the power's real. We can see that ain't just that ain't no super featherweight power. That's
Yeah,
real lightweight power going on right there, if not high.
he says. Yeah, so, some base the kid said Santander Cruz. Nah, he changed it though, but yeah, but it's just funny that
Yes, but still Spanish.
yeah,
Still Spanish, I guess.
yeah. Nah, he changed it to Santa Cruz. Was a 130. Sean Adonai saying as well. Santa Cruz was a 135. It was a catch.
Yeah, yeah. I know that. I said Santa Cruz is blown up. Santa Cruz, yeah, is blown up. He was, yeah, but Gamboa, that's a proper knockout. And I can't name me who you think that Tank could knock out at 135 if he's landing clean shots. So you can't say that the
No,
powers
yeah, no,
not
no,
good.
that's true. No, but I was just saying I understand why they've probably said what they've said, innit? But that's not what I believe. But you got to play devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? That's why I,
Yeah,
I could believe and understand where they're saying what they're saying because At the end of the day, he probably hasn't. Let me try to flip and scroll up. Um, I could tell why they were saying what they were saying. Tanks, what does that say? Tanks win that matchup. Tank managed to stay hungry and is very heavy-handed. Tank wins. Okay, that's
Mm,
yeah. I believe Tank stops Ryan Garcia as well, because
yeah.
people don't give Tank the credit, for the things he's done in the game. Like even becoming world champion at young age, beating Jose Pedraza, even though it was at 130, not stopped him. That was a very credible opponent, and I don't feel people giving the credit, you know, like the credit he should get in the game. Like I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because the things that he does, like coming in to the scales and missing weight and losing his titles on the scales. So I think that puts a bit of a hamper on things sometimes. So that's why people are still not giving him the credit he deserves. But it is what it is. But that fight, I don't see them taking that fight, man, anytime soon, man.
Mm.
I don't.
Yeah, they might have to tell Ryan to like chill out because he was, I think the adrenaline's pumping.
um.
Adrenaline's pumping.
Oh, to your comment of you saying that Haney couldn't stop Gamboa, Base the Kid has said Gamboa spoiled against Haney and was on one leg against Tank. What do you say to that?
Yeah, he was spoiling more against Devin Haney, but he didn't really have legs in this Devin Haney fight either. To be fair, he should have at least dropped him once or twice. Tank took him out, and if Tank hits Devin Haney clean, Devin Haney's going. If he hits Ryan Garcia clean, he's going. If he hits Tiafimo, he's going. So the power's real. The power's real. That's all I can say. And
So,
I think he knocks out Ryan Garcia. To be fair, but it would be a good fight. And I don't see Ryan Garcia as some kind of A side that DAZN are trying to bill him as. Yes, he's got the YouTube fans, but
uh,
Tank is proven now pay per view ticket selling. He's done it in Baltimore, where he's from. He's gone down to Atlanta because he's in with the hip hop culture.
uh,
He's done it in was it Texas for the last fight? Yes, he did have a good dance partner in Leo Santa Cruz,
uh,
but he's still done it. So Ryan Garcia is yet to do a pay per view, but I know Ryan could do pay per view. But once again, it's about
uh.
proving it. But that would be a big fight.
But I don't. Obviously, he's on the zone platform, so we know how their platform is set. So I don't know. Are we ever going to see a pay per
I don't
view?
know. Yeah, because they're more on a subscription thing, ain't they?
Yeah. So are we ever going to see a pay per view from guys or?
They could set a deal because it'd probably be a good interest for the zone to give it to TMT, make it a TMT show and get the split because they'd make more money off of it rather than trying to go for 199 subscriptions in it. You might as well make the proper money out of it.
No, that is true. I'm gonna put the link in so anyone that wants to jump on and say what they want to say, about tonight's fight and the 135 players and yeah, so we got the 135 landscape right now. Who's the main players or who's the top dog? You there, Danny? Yo, Dan. Yo, Danny.
Still there?
Oh, you're back. You're
Yeah,
back.
you're there. Yeah. So you're saying about because Ryan's now the mandatory for Devin Haney. How do I see that fight going
Mm-hmm.
if that fight is called? Very interesting fight. Uh, I can't actually call it right now, to be fair, because Devin Haney looks the more skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan seems to he's very he's got the straight legs and doesn't move his head. I
Mm.
see why Danny amateurs would beat him quite often, but over longer rounds, who knows what could happen? Because that is what they're doing, 3-4 rounders max. So
Yeah, free,
yeah,
yeah, free, yeah.
over a period. Yeah, depending. They might have done 4-2s once or twice, but mainly three rounders. So who knows? Over a longer period, we don't know what could happen. It could be a bit of a different fight.
Mm.
Welcome, base. Kid.
What's going on? You right, mate?
What's good? Hold on, I'm just sorting out my. Give me a sec. Can man hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you, so let me.
You can't? Can you hear us?
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, we can.
I know you lot can
Yeah?
hear me, but I can't hear you just yet. So
Oh, okay. What have you done? You muted or something? Oh, wait. Hear what I'm saying.
We can hear us, fine.
I'm gonna go out and then come back in here.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, but as we were saying, Dan, what was you saying now for base coming?
Over a longer duration, the
Mhm.
fight a bit more interesting. Um, because over 3 rounds, I can see why Devin's always gonna outpoint
Okay, can man
someone
hear
like
me now?
Ryan.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Okay, I still can't hear you guys. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear anything.
One sec.
What's going on here?
No, you know we can hear you. I don't know why you can't hear us.
Okay, I can hear you now. Good.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go on. You
Yeah.
cool, brother?
Okay. I'm blessed and highly favored, as Spencer Freeman would say.
Yeah, yeah. That's good.
Happy
That's
New
good.
Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year,
Year.
brother.
Likewise to everyone watching, and likewise to you guys. Right. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because I've been asked to come on a couple of times, but I'm here now. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
we want to know your thoughts on what happened on what transpired during tonight's fight, um, and what you see for the future of both competitors, i.e., Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell.
and
Okay. So
introduce yourself to the public as well, so they know who's talking.
all right. So I go by the name of Base the Kid on this YouTube forum. Danny knows the personal name, puts it in the in the WhatsApp groups all the time, but we ain't gonna expose that on live air just right now. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll be on pretty much quite a few of the boxing channels recently. Don't often show my face, but as you can see, I ain't got no problem sharing it because my man don't look too bad. You know what I mean? It's all jokes, it's all jokes, it's all jokes.
You probably
But no,
probably
right.
won.
So in terms of the fight, right, it
Mhm.
was a good fight. I had Luke Campbell winning. I was quite confident from day one. I never deviated. I always thought that Luke would be winning sort of rounds 10 to 12. That was always my prediction.
Mhm.
When he got that first knockdown for Ryan, the first thing I thought was, okay, Ryan's gonna get up, but then Luke's gonna sort of kind of systematically break him down moving forward. That's kind of how I saw it.
Okay.
And then um obviously, but Luke was like, he was on the back foot way too much. So it was almost like he was afraid to then sort of be the aggressor. I'm thinking to myself, you've got this guy. This guy's hurt because Luke got up and Ryan got up and you could kind of see that he was stunned. Like, wow, this ain't never happened to me before.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I expected Luke to try and just go in there and blow him out, but like do some work, like invest some work on him. He didn't do anything. So I had him winning the second round and I had him winning the fourth round by way of cleaner punches, not by way of activity. And there was even a couple other rounds where I thought like, okay, he's countering well, but I can tell that the judges are going to be looking at something else. So I was like, as much as I feel like you're kind of doing some of the cleaner stuff in these rounds, I can't give you these rounds because he's bringing it to you. And for me, couldn't capitalize on that second round KO, that second round knockdown. I was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, this is only kind of going to go one way unless his plan is to try and take it after sort of round 8 or round 9, which clearly didn't happen.
Yeah.
Body shot, the body shot was sickening. It was it was sickening. Like I looked at it, and the first thing, and when I saw him, the way I saw him jump back, I don't even want to swear. I was like, oh bloody hell, here it goes. I knew the knee was coming. You know, man looked like he was doing a BLM protest. I thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And and then after that, I was like, and I thought to myself, all right, if he gets up, he might survive this round, but it's only going to go one way. Because obviously he's been down in every big step up fight he's ever been in. He's been down, but he's always kind of got up. But when I saw both the knees end up on the floor after when the referee counted 4, I thought, okay, this is him taking his way out now. He don't want no more. He can't take no more. He don't want no more. So it's over. And yeah, that's just kind of how I saw it. And honestly, now forget moving up, forget all of that. Just retire. And the reason I say that is because I feel like he's too good to be a gatekeeper, and that's basically what he's going to be moving forward. Way too good to be a gatekeeper, but you're not good enough to do anything else significant. So you might as well just call it quits now. You've made whatever money you've made. You've had actually like 3 pretty good paydays. The Linares one was a decent one. The Lomachenko one was a decent one. And I'm sure this one was a decent one. Just retire. You got your young family. Like you're not going to make it now, innit? It's one of them ones. There is no 4th chance.
Well, George had 4 chances. Bruno had 4 chances. So possibly, but I do know what you mean.
But those are slightly different. Like George was slightly different because if you look at remember, because 2 of his chances almost didn't count because they was against Frotch, and let's be real, like no one really was going to give him the rub of the green on those at any time. Like Lucas had legitimate 50-50 chances. Like Mendy was never the favorite. Mendy was not the home fighter in that fight, and neither was Linares. Like, let's be real. The 3rd chance is the only one where he's actually like he's been the away guy, and he shit the bed basically. Unfortunately, like he didn't do what he should have done. So it is what it is.
So I'll say the Lomachenko one, the away guy. He was never gonna. No one gave him a chance to win that one.
That's true. No, you know what? You're right. He was the away guy in that. But I was thinking Mendy and Linares. Like that's what I was more thinking. Lomachenko, but that Lomachenko's a free pass. But you lose to Ryan Garcia. No disrespect to Ryan, because obviously he's a talent, but he's unproven. So you've just lost to this unproven 22-year-old. Like you can't go nowhere else now because everyone else who realistically has belts is going to be levels above this prospect. With the exception of maybe Haney, but now you can't get a Haney fight because you've got nothing to trade with. You've got no bargaining power. You're not going to get a Lomachenko rematch. You definitely can't beat Lopez. And even though you're 5 inches taller than Tank, based on what you just did against Ryan, I don't think you really survive against Tank either, as much as Tank don't belong in that weight class. So realistically, you've got nowhere to go. So unless you just want to have like a couple good, maybe domestic fights and just kind of be around the platform like that, you've got nothing else there's no reason for you to be here. Like you might as well just retire to your family and live a good life. Maybe become a trainer or something.
So you're saying he's not got no business moving up to 140. So you just want to see a retirement.
140 with man them like Josh Taylor and Ramirez and even Prograde. Like no, he'll get terrorized. You're getting beat out by people that are naturally smaller than you now. What do you think is gonna happen when you go out with people that are naturally bigger than you? That boil down to that weight. And with better technical fundamentals as well. It's not gonna be pretty. Don't do that to him, man. You're trying to kill the guy. He don't belong up there. He don't belong up there.
So one thing we all kind of slipped is, did you kind of see the writing on the wall from the 6th round? You know when he got saved by the bell basically because he got tagged with a temple shot and he turned away
right
in
Campbell.
And he
I mean, obviously, no. He's lucky. He's lucky that literally happened in the last second of the fight, the last second of that round. I mean, but I think that I don't think he would have went down because if you look, it very rarely goes down from like headshots like that unless it's sort of like more flash knockdowns because he was on the ropes, he was covered up. So I feel like he kind of maybe could have rode that out a bit, but you could kind of see, all right, it's not going too well here. The next round, but I thought the next round was going to be Ryan do what he did, which was essentially like blow the load, because he was tired. Sort of 30 seconds into round 6, he was tired because he was just going hell for leather and obviously couldn't sustain that pace. So then I thought Luke would have actually done more to sort of take over after that, because it looked like that's what he was about to do, and he just couldn't do it. So I don't know if it was a case of he was just worried about the power. I don't know if it was a case of he at that point was still trying to gather himself, but it was just quite clear that he weren't, like, he just weren't sort of where he needed to be. And I feel that maybe the 7th, if he could have got to like the 8th round, he might have been able to do something, because Ryan was extremely tight. Like, you could see he was gassing, like he was breathing heavy. He was, even though he's like slow and flat footed anyway, he was barely moving. He was literally like fighting in bursts after that. So I thought, okay, if he survives this, he can kind of come back into it. But clearly, it never happened. And as we will see, like I said, that 7th, that shot, it was almost like that shot gave him the excuse to call it quits, because I feel like he kind of felt the fight was slipping away from him. I don't know if he thought he could put him down again.
I don't think he could have put him down again, because that round when Ryan did come out blasting and unloaded the kitchen sink. Towards the end of the round, Luke Campbell did start landing some good straight left-hand counters from off the ropes. So you're saying you thought he was maybe trying to gather himself. I thought he did quite well after that onslaught when Ryan tried to finish him off. But then, the 7th, when that body shot landed, I said, it's like you said, you knew when he jumped back. I thought, oh, that hurt. I know that feeling. He's going to take the knee. And he took the knee, and then once he took, as you said, the 2 knees, because even the commentator said that's 1 knee. He's on 1 knee. Oh, now 2. And you know when a man takes 2 knees, he ain't looking to get up. When a man takes 1 knee, he's gathering himself like, let me compose myself. Let me look at my corner. Let him give me this cue to stand up. But when he took 2 and looking at the floor, hunched over, normally the gum shield sometimes comes out, and you know the rest.
Yeah, man was in the Allah position at that point. He was praying for it to be over.
Yeah. Malcolm before Mecca.
So now, obviously, Luke Campbell out of the way, Ryan Garcia the victor. Where do you want to see him? Who do you want to see him fight next?
I want him to fight Haney, to be real. I mean, I don't think he's possibly ready for the Haney fight just yet, but you might as well take the title fight now. Worst case scenario, you lose, you can come back against pretty much anyone, because you still got the big following. And obviously, if you win, you got the keys to the kingdom. The whole calling out Tank, as much as like I like it, and I like the fact that obviously he wants to challenge himself against a man like that, he's not gonna get that fight, because we kind of, we know what the TMT, the PBC politics are. As I put in the chat before I came on, Leonard Ellaby quite clearly said at one point, we want Tank to be like, Tank's a superstar. We don't care about being the best. So he's only going to fight people that either are going to be sort of soft touches that can kind of get you, but can get you a crowd, or against like someone where the money is just too good to turn down. I don't think the Garcia fight right now is at a point where the money's too good to turn down. So yeah, he might be Mexican, because I know obviously they want the sort of the African American Mexican dynamic, but I don't think that's the one they want just yet. I think they're going to look for a couple more faded type of guys, and then wait for the Garcia fight if they really want to do that one. Especially as Tank now apparently is supposed to be rededicating himself and taking things a bit more seriously than he was before.
Do you have anyone in mind that you think Tank will face next?
I think Tank, would you know? I mean, he's not Mexican, but I think Tank might go the Linares route, to be honest, because that's a common name with quite a few people. He's got a big sort of name in the US. People know who he is. He's big in Japan as well, so that you get that kind of international money. It's a fight that Tank definitely thinks he can win, and definitely knows he can. So that's the kind of fight I could see him kind of going for.
Also, I think I can see I can see what Oscar De La Hoya might do. I think what he might do is give Ryan Garcia Gamboa, to see what Ryan Garcia can do to Gamboa, and make, kind of like what Anthony Yard did to Dex Spellman over the Lyndon Arthur scenario. Ryan to blast that, Gamboa, and then they'll say, "Look, Gamboa went 12 with him, and look at my guy, he's just demolished him." That whole scenario. So I can see that one going down next.
That's possible. Could see that.
So
it would be a con of the highest order if he did that, because you can't give him a man coming off the back of 2 back-to-back defeats. One defeat maybe, but not 2. So I don't know.
Well, Dex Spellman just did it. Dex Spellman did it. Remember, he come off the back of.
Yeah, but that's British level. That's a whole different thing. Come on, that's English level virtually. And let's be honest, that's just because Frank couldn't afford to buy anyone else. We know how that one goes. Frank was on the budget that weren't stretching past Dex Spellman.
So then, if he's not gonna fight Tank, who do you want to see Ryan Garcia fight next then?
I think he should fight Haney. If not Haney, like even someone like because he still needs to kind of go up in levels. I mean, Alanaris is kind of good for him, but maybe even as much as I got this idea from someone else actually, so I'm not going to take credit for this one, but I just heard someone else say, which is actually a pretty good fight. Like Richard Comey might be a good fight for him. He hasn't fought since obviously the loss to Teofimo, but he's still credible, former world champion. He's definitely gonna be in there to win the fight, and then that's like I feel like that's a level above Campbell anyway because he was a champion. Campbell's never been a champion, so that's the next step up. Then after that step, you definitely go for the title if you beat him. So something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, how do you think the Golden Boy team might take a chance with Ryan and stick him in there with Lomachenko? Because I know Lomachenko's seething at the teeth to get back in the game. No.
And number one, because remember, like Lomachenko's still top rank, and he's still a fairly big player over there. He's not the guy anymore, but he's still fairly big. So, like, they're not gonna get him over. I don't know if they could get him over on the zone first of all, and they have to have with him. They definitely have to have home field advantage. They've kind of got to call the shots to give Ryan the best chance of being able to beat him. And I just don't see that one happening. And even if it did happen, Loma's the movement, like Ryan's hands, he's got fast hands, but his IQ isn't as great as it could be. And then you got someone like Loma who's like just seasoned as all hell. The movement, he's a lot quicker. He can punch just as hard, but he's the one. He'll give you them sort of them tippy tappy punches to make you think, all right, okay, there's nothing really coming, and he lands that big hard shot, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, I don't think he's not anywhere near ready for someone like Loma. Would have to be on his last legs right now for Garcia to go in the ring with him.
So if he's not ready for Loma, is he definitely not ready for Teofimo then?
Tio will hurt him. Tio will hurt him.
Yeah, that's notice he didn't mention that name.
Yeah, he's not ready for that one yet. Like I said, he's got, and what his best chance of beating Teofimo is say about 2 years from now. When Tio, obviously they've been saying, like he's time for him to move up to 140. He's been struggling to make weight, but they said, he's actually got a better nutritionist now, so he's making the weight better. But he's still young. That 135 is a hard slug. So his best bet would be like literally like 2023 when Tio's literally like almost dying to make the weight. That would be like his best kind of thing, and he'd have to get sort of 2 or 3 fights in next year against higher and higher level opponents. That's the only way I could see him beating Tio at 135. Couldn't beat him at 140. Couldn't beat him at 147 when they all eventually go up there, or even like 154. Like he's got to literally weight drain him to have the best chance, but it's not happening yet.
Yes.
In my opinion, like I could be wrong, but I'm pretty strong in my opinions, as Mr. Savvy over there will tell you. Like I don't sit on the fence in it. Like I'm about, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. There's no you know what I mean. So
no, it is what it is. But yeah, man, Luke Campbell. I was disappointed in the performance today, man. I think I've said it before, but I don't know. I would like him to come again, and because you know it's a bit sad, you know, Olympic gold medalists and not reaching the heights of a world champion. You know what I'm saying?
It happens to a few of them. It happens to. I mean, what was Audley? He was a gold medalist, wasn't he?
Was he Commonwealth gold medalist? I don't think Olympic. Was it
No,
Olympic?
Olympic, yes.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was. It
Yeah,
was.
Olympic
It
gold
was.
2000.
medalist, and he did
It
nothing. So
was.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day, sometimes it's just not your bag, innit? Like
Yeah.
amateurs is your thing,
But
pros
but
isn't.
but Audley just wasn't. It wasn't his from like mate. He won the European belt, but then when he went to the world stage, it went for him. But he was getting
Yeah, the
beaten
world,
in dominant fashion though on a regular
yeah,
basis.
yeah, the world one was David Hay in Manchester, because he won the European when he dislocated his arm, and he knocked out Michael Sprott in the last round. Yeah, he won the Olympic gold in 2000, and that's what got the funding for the amateurs. He's the one who kicked off British amateurs actually, you know, getting respected and getting a load of funding. And this was able to turn out guys like Amir Khan, 17-year-old winning silver. Then you got the James DeGale. Then you got Luke Campbell and the AJ. So it was Audley who was the cornerstone who got the ball rolling for British, because no one had won an Olympic gold in Britain for about 80 years. I think it was someone like Dick Taggart who won it way back in the day. So yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a shame for Luke. He's, you know, he's going to be known as the guy who was always the bridesmaid and
the
never the
nearly, the
bride.
nearly man.
I called
Yeah,
it. I said it on Twitter. Like Luke Campbell's the ultimate side man. Like he's just there. That's basically his role. Like he's a side man right
that
now. He
is.
can't. He's not the main guy.
Nice.
Oh, come on.
But
But
he
it's
put
a shame.
before this fight, he put out a tweet and he was like, "Oh, 2 weeks before they say 2 weeks before they say it was too early."
Well, it nearly happened. It nearly happened, to be fair. But
I mean,
that's the story. Tom.
I was gonna say sorry. The one thing I will say is what this fight did show is that Garcia's got heart. Like so, basically, it showed us some stuff no one really knew about him. So it showed he's got heart. It shows that he can kind of gut out a victory and gut out a performance. But it also showed us that he's not ready for the big dogs just yet.
Mm.
And that's not even like that's not a discredit to Luke either, because Luke is obviously on the level. He's probably on the level or maybe 2 levels just below the elite guys in that actual division, right? So Ryan showed that that's where he's at, but there's so many deficiencies that he's got right now that anything higher than this at this particular moment is not going to happen. Having said that, because he's training with Canelo so much, and like it's his fourth fight with Reynoso, if they're in the gym working the way they have been, some of those deficiencies can be ironed out in the gym. He might not even need another fight to get those things out, because Reynoso is just so clinical. And I even saw the footage that Canelo was taking him on the pads and talking to him, showing him certain shots and openings. So
Mm.
from you're getting that knowledge now. If you start applying that in the gym and in the sparring, he might be a bit closer to the level just below the elites than I think he is right now. If within the next fight, even before having to take it, possibly. You know what I mean? So I kind of see it. It's one of those interesting ones. He's not ready for the big boys yet, but the level just below that, he's possibly there with a few more like heavy training sessions. That's how I feel.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. And the good thing is, he's only 22 years old, so he has a lot of time to. And I said, did you see that video when he was when Canelo took him on the bag and showed him like the body shot with the overhand and all that? So yeah, he's getting
And they're
shooting.
swinging the ball over him, you rolling underneath it, and that one, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, yeah. So someone like even Andy Ruiz as well there in the camp. So you got proper guys up in the gym there. What's this?
That's one thing about that camp. Like, if you look, there's only 2 camps where I legit feel like if you can't make it being in those camps and you're just not good enough, it's that camp and possibly like the Derek James camp and the Ishmael Salas camp. Those 3 camps, I'll say, because obviously you got Canelo, Ruiz, and Reynoso in one of them.
Mm.
Then you got Joe Joyce, you've got Is it Alvarado they got? Yeah, you got Alvarado and some next man in the Ishmael Salas one. And then obviously Derek James, you've got Jamel Charlo, and you've got Errol Spence Jr. I don't think Jamal trains with Derek James. I think he trains with someone else.
No,
So,
you got
but
another
it's like,
one,
yeah. So it's like, so when you see those are the only camps where it's like, all right, you're literally getting the best of the best. Plus, you're getting world champions to just be around day in and day out. So if you can't absorb this, then you're not really. It's not your time. It's not. It's not for you.
yeah.
Mm.
No,
Tariq Williams said, "Man called Campbell ultimate side man, nearly man, and the bridesmaid." Now I'm down to laugh out loud. Yeah, big up Tariq, man. Big up. And well done on your bet. I see you scored a nice little winner earlier.
oh, what did he bet on?
I'll let Ashley. Sorry, I'll let Base. I'll let Base.
It's like
Tell.
say you know. I'm happy. My name. I'm proud of my name, and it fine. You can say yeah. My name's Ashley still.
Yeah.
No, I lost this bet because I bet that I had Luke Campbell to win rounds 10 to 12. That was my bet for this fight. I had two bets on like boxing over the last few days. So I had Kazuto Ioka to beat Kosei Tanaka on New Year's Eve,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
then I had Luke Campbell to win sort of rounds 10 to 12. Initially, I was just going to put on Campbell to win, but I thought, nah, when I was breaking it down, looking at the way the fight would go, I said, I feel like he doesn't really get people out of there quick, but he could possibly like take him into the deep waters because Ryan's never really been that many rounds before. So it's hard to, you can train for 12 rounds, but if you've never actually like done 12 rounds, you don't really know what you can and can't do when you get past a certain point. So that's why I kind of was like, okay, yeah, I think Luke would take him 10 to 12 because I thought Luke was obviously more skilled, better operator. Obviously, Ryan's maybe got a more extensive amateur background, but Luke's got a better, higher pedigree amateur background. I thought all of these things were like, you know, in his favor. Where like Luke essentially, because there was about several months ago when this fight first came out, I said on a live with someone else. At the end of the day, this is a big fight for Ryan Campbell. It's not a big fight for Luke Campbell. I mean, it's a big fight for Ryan Garcia. Sorry, it's not a big fight for Luke Campbell because Luke's been in bigger fights. This is an important fight for him, but it's not a big fight. This isn't something where he's supposed to feel nervous realistically. So all of that I put into my factor and to say he's been at this stage, he's been at higher levels than this, and he's operated and done extremely well. So therefore, I think he's going to take it, and I think he's going to take it late because Ryan's not going to know how to navigate those rounds yet because he hasn't done it, and he's so invested in his power recently. A lot of times when you kind of start, believing in the power and liking the power, you kind of forget about other stuff. So it's all about the power. When the power, and then so you're putting more energy into each shot. So they're not flowing, you're forcing them through, which takes more energy, more breath, more oxygen, more time to recover. This was all the stuff I was factoring in to my decision. I got it wrong, but that was where I came from.
Charge it to the
Yeah.
game.
No, it's true what you said because Ryan did look for that. He landed a good shot in the first round, which like kind of sort of startled Luke Campbell, and then he did some kind of basketball Euro step and tried to hit a few other shots or whatever, and then, and then obviously the second round he tried, and then you saw he got dropped or whatever. But yeah, what happened? Base kid, he went out on his whim. He put a bet on. He had a good set of accumulators. He was due to win quite big for putting on just a little flat. That was going to be a good win, and he nearly had it during the last fight. Tariq Williams, he did two bets. He put money on Luke Campbell to win between 7 and 12 or on points, and he also put money on Ryan Garcia to win between 7 and 12 rounds, and the Ryan Garcia one came in, so he kind of done a double Dutch bet to cover himself. So yeah.
Yeah, I could see the happiness with all the laughing faces he put in.
See,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
you could
even
have
see
a
what
good.
he's chatting. I can
Yeah,
only see what you guys have highlighted.
look,
So,
man.
but I can imagine what he's saying. Well, oh, before we carry on with this one, just a quick question: have you guys seen the Emmanuel Rodriguez and Raymart Caballo fight? I know you've seen it, Savvy, because I showed it to you. But have
No,
you
I
seen it?
haven't seen it. No, I haven't. No.
Because
Yeah,
that fight there, that particular, I had a bet on, and that fight cost me $1,000 in a bet, and I bet like £10. I think I bet like 13 or £15 on it. But that fight cost me $1,000 because they robbed like Rodriguez. So I'm still
yeah.
upset about that all now. But
Yeah.
I,
I
Spoke about
showed
that
it to
on.
Savvy, and
was it a bad
Yeah, and I
robbery?
spoke about it. Yeah, I spoke about it briefly on one of our lives after. It was the same night Jerron Ennis was fighting.
All right, yeah.
mm,
The
yeah,
other week.
it
And
was
yeah,
on
they
that
did.
card. It was the main event to that card just before Canelo came on. It literally finished about 5 minutes before Canelo's ring walk.
Was it?
Yeah, and they robbed him bad. He was rocking that guy. The guy nearly touched down about 3-4 times. I don't know what kind of judges they had there, but that was good.
But you saying the
It was
judges
bad.
are on their phones again? Yeah.
I think so. It was a brown paper
But you know
envelope or
what it is?
something, guy.
I found out during the broadcast. I found out that Raymart Gabalio was a Manny Pacquiao promoted fighter.
Okay.
That got me nervous as soon as I heard the name Manny Pacquiao, because I'm like, oh, because you know that they could be trying to set him up for like a bigger fight with someone else. But I thought, nah, when I'm just watching this fight, I'm like, this guy's he's getting pieced up like every round. He's he's getting touched up badly. He's almost been dropped like 4 times. He's getting rocked with the power jab. Like everything was just going. Obviously, yeah, there was a couple rounds where he threw some good shots and landed some decent shots, but he was just never in control of the fight. So when
Yeah,
the fight ended, I was like, okay, yeah, this is calm. Bet still on now. And then literally what happened after that was my stream dropped out. And I was like, shit, what's going on with my stream? So then I tried to get back in another stream and it wouldn't come back on. It wouldn't come back on. Eventually, I managed to get a stream come on. And then literally all I saw was Caballo's hands in the air screaming. And I'm like, what? What happened here? Then I found out it was a split decision win. And then the one judge that actually had it for Rodriguez had it same as ever, 10 rounds to 2. Like I think everyone else had it. Like literally, he won 10 rounds. Caballo maybe won 2, 3 maximum, but somehow he managed to be 7-5 on 2 of the other scorecards.
yeah. It'd be interesting to see them CompuBox numbers, man, because that
I
surely
saw the
couldn't.
CompuBox numbers. I saw that like Gaballo threw, I think he threw about 4 times more shots than Rodriguez did, but landed less. Landed less shots. He landed more power shots, but landed less shots overall. But like when I say more, I'm talking about like Rodriguez. I think outlanded him like 2-1, but he threw about 300 shots less or something like that. It was. I'll get
Oh,
them to you. I'll send them to you. But it was
yeah, please.
literally that bad.
Yeah. Man.
But tonight's roundup's been a sweet one, guys. Anything you want to add, Danny?
Just to say that what I have noticed, a little news I'll give to the people. I've noticed that Mr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has had, I think when he came over for the Anthony Joshua fight, I think before he flew back to America, he must have hit Turkey because I noticed he's got some kind of hair transplant going on and old Conor Ben beard job going on. If you look at some of his recent pictures, so
But hold on. With the Floyd thing though, I'm not 100% sure, and the only reason I'm not sure is because look at his dad. Look at Floyd Mayweather Senior. Like he's still got a full head of hair, like with a hairline and everything.
Yeah, and
He
Roger.
shaved it off. He shaved it off obviously a couple of times. He used to have it in plaits, but he's still got a hairline. So I just wasn't sure if maybe Floyd was just shaving the hair. I don't know if he's
no,
literally like had the job on. I'm not sure.
No, that's true, because when he went prison, he grew his hair out.
yeah, he grew
Yeah,
it out, but you could see no, but you could see his hairline was going back a bit because he grew the afro, but his hairline wasn't. It wasn't it weren't as full as Pretty Boy days. So he has got it touched up. He ain't bald, like he ain't thin, but I think the hairline was going back a piece. So if you see, he's got like a 20-year-old's hairline, that the corners, and it's like right there, like he's had the job. And plus, if you look on the beard and zoom in, you'll see the redness where he's had the beard sides touched up, because before he could only get the the circle bit there.
Okay,
But
maybe.
yeah, he's had a good on. But yeah, that's about it, man.
But yeah, it's an eventful night tonight, guys. Ryan Garcia stops Luke Campbell with a body shot in round 7. You know, probably a lot of people didn't think that was going to happen. Going back,
But I called it the one. That's about what, 5-0 to me now.
so if, obviously just back in the hometown crowd, hometown favorite, as they say. So you know, that's all it was. But you called it. You said it was going to be his coming out party, and it seems like it was. Hopefully, we see Ryan Garcia in another, better match than somebody giving him a tougher fight than that. Actually, but he got dropped, so it was it was a tough fight. Yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't a tough fight. But we learned a lot of things from Ryan Garcia. We learned that has got a bit of minerals, because he could have shied away and got but Thing didn't step on the gas, man. In my opinion, I think when he dropped him, he should have put some more punches together, and he was just showing the game plan way too. He was trying to time him. You could see him. He was kept on trying to line up the straight left, and Ryan Garcia was just telegraphing it and hitting him with fast shots, but got saved by the bell in round 6 because he was gone.
Round 5.
Was it round 5? Sorry, yeah, because he was gone. He was finished. He turned his back and everything, and got finished in round 7. So kudos to Ryan Garcia. Hopefully we see this Tank fight sooner rather than later, because I'd like to see that fight.
Oh, we can only hope.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
What do you think the PBC side and all this stuff's going to get in the way of that, or?
I think that I think Tank would probably take the fight, thinking that not necessarily it's easy, but it's a very, very, very winnable fight. But there's just so many issues with that sort of like Tank doesn't have an advantage, because you got to remember, like Ryan Garcia is like 5'10" and a bit, like he's a tall guy. He's like sort of a little bit shorter than me, kind of thing. And Tank is like 5'5" or somewhere along there. So I just got a feeling like, because you've got to kind of get in on the inside of him, Ryan, the whole thing, he loves that left hook. Like he can drop that left hook from distance and sort of stay out of the firing line. And that's just kind of where I feel that there's a bit of a danger in there. If he was to learn to move his feet a bit more, he could literally stay on the outside of Tank for like a good 12 rounds if it went the distance, and literally like pick him off with long range shots. And obviously I know he doesn't necessarily box like that, but because he boxes like a counter puncher and Tank's a counter puncher, they're going to both be standoffish, which means neither of them are going to really be in the pocket. So from them not really going to be in the pocket, the taller, longer guy is going to have more of the advantage. So while I think Tank would, I think he would win, I think that's way too soon for Ryan. Again, going back to who he's training with and his corner, like I just literally feel like I don't think they'll roll the dice on it yet, because it's risky and it's not going to get them the money they want just yet. But like maybe if it was 3 or 4 years from now, I reckon they'd go for it and say, you know what, because we will both make minimum like 15 million out of this. That's how I kind of see it.
Yeah. With the Tank one, yeah, you said that they're both counter punchers, but with Tank, he's an engaging counter puncher where he will walk in on you, force you to throw, and then counter. So he's more likely to still come in on the inside, because he knows he's got to get on the inside. So he's gonna have to roll under the hook and then fire off his combination.
What's the chat saying?
See, they're getting onto you, man, for talking about his hairline and that. You saying
Tariq Williams better hope that I don't expose him on there. Tell him to shut up. Troll. Big troll.
But yeah, he's gone now. He said
Yeah,
good
yeah.
night. He said good night. But yeah.
Anything else to share with us, pugilist boy?
Oh, you're gonna get pugilist going now.
Anything else to say, pugilist boy boxer?
No.
Like, I legit can't see any of these chats because the stream doesn't give me the link. As you can only see what's on the screen. But I'm gonna read them all back as soon as I jump off.
Don't worry. But lads,
Yeah.
everyone's jumped out, man.
Yeah, no.
Wrapping
What
up.
he said, pugilist boy was saying, he said people studying hairlines really. Tariq said, "Good night, lads. Yeah, take care." Yeah, so yeah, I think that's about. I think we've covered the bases now. I guess.
Internet.
Fair
On to
enough.
next episode.
What's
the next match?
The
We should
next
be
one I
looking
can
forward
think
to.
of is Kovalev and Melikuziev. That's the next one that I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any before that because January is normally a quiet one for. You normally get at the end of January, start of February. So I think that's the next fight that I know of.
Yeah.
And Avanesian and Josh
same.
Kelly as well, same night.
Yeah, that's the same night on the 30th. The 30th, there's about 3 good fights. There's the Josh Kelly Avanesian. There's the Kovalev versus that Russian guy you mentioned, the 6-0 with 5 knockouts. And there was one more fight, not a major name, but I did see it on my scheduling. I forgot the name of it though. But it's the 30th of January where it starts to kick back off all the other stuff. Stuff I don't know, guys, to be fair.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you come again, Base the Kid, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, as long as I get the notification, I'll be in the chat. If you drop the link, and people want to see me give an opinion again, I'll come back on. No problems.
Cool, no problem.
Yeah,
Salute, guys. Thanks for having me.
Sweet.